For editing purposes, this is episode 48. The Shining. The Shining. I know. Did we get the giggles out? Okay.
You're the one who's looking at me like you don't know how to start the episode. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right. Hello and welcome to Would You Die? Hello and welcome to Jeremy.
I'm sorry. What's wrong with you?
I thought you were going to go right past it and just pretend it didn't happen.
I caught it.
And then you just go, hello. Okay.
Wait, what happened?
He goes, hello, and welcome to Would You Die?
Yeah, I flubbed it.
All right.
This is why we don't take weeks off. Okay.
Right.
Exactly.
Go.
Hello and welcome to Would You Die? The show where, Wendy, darling, light of my life, I'm not going to hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to bash your brains in. I'm going to bash them right the fuck in. I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking about The Shining.
Little horror movie. You might have seen it. A little spooky.
Little indie flick.
Yeah, exactly. Might have heard of it.
My favorite quote, by the way.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Is that the one you were going to guess I was going to do? Okay.
Yeah, well, either that or like, here's Johnny. But you never
Here's
go for
Johnny
the really
is-
obvious ones.
It's too... And there's like,
Yeah.
REDRUM.
Yeah.
REDRUM.
You're
and-
really good at that voice. I don't like it.
REDRUM. No, I didn't. That was terrible.
That
REDRUM.
was Stitch.
That was Gizmo.
So we're recording this episode super early. Because maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm excited.
Me too. Would you like to know what The Shining's about?
Yes.
Okay.
Please and thank you.
So, The Shining is obviously spoilers as always. But The Shining surrounds Jack Torrance, who is a recovering alcoholic and writer, and who takes a job as a winter caretaker at the isolated Overlook Hotel, bringing his wife Wendy and psychic son Danny, who sees ghostly visions.
Ooh.
Spooky.
So, yeah, let's get into this.
Yes.
Let's book a stay at the Overlook Hotel.
Yay. So what is your personal connection with this movie?
I saw this film for the first time sometime while I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was fine. I don't think I quite got it at first. But I've seen it a couple times since, and it's become it's a classic Halloween or wintertime watch. But controversial take coming.
Okay.
It's not my favorite Stephen King adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not top 10 Stephen King adaptation for me. And it's less to do with my enjoyment of The Shining and more to do with my enjoyment of other movies. Specifically, like 11 or 12 Stephen King adaptations I just happen to like more.
Mm-hmm.
I like Stephen King a lot, so it's like I rate them all really high, but I'm really high on this movie right now because I saw it on the IMAX this past weekend. We were recording this episode super early, so it was like a month and a half ago when you guys are listening to it. But fun fact about The Shining and this streak, and I'm going to sound like such a hater when I say this, but I like the movie. I like the movie a lot. I have never stayed awake the whole time watching this movie.
That's so crazy to me. I still can't believe that. My personal connection is related to your personal connection, actually, because When I was first getting into horror movies, Austin and our friend from college, Cam, decided that it was time for me to graduate into big girl horror movies. And the first one they showed me was Cabin in the Woods. And the second one, we did a like movie night and we did The Shining. And I fell in love with The Shining. Unlike you, this is not only my favorite Stephen King adaptation, it is one of my top horror movies.
Ooh.
And so like we talked about that when we did like my intro episode and everything. But yeah, it is in my top 5 horror movies of all time. I
think it's a good top 5.
Yeah, I know it's like a popular opinion and it's kind of basic, but I think it's basic for a reason.
It is. It's like my favorite movie of all time is Jurassic Park.
Right.
It don't get more basic than that.
Yeah.
So I'm not, my favorite Pokemon's Pikachu. Mm-hmm. I'm not ever gonna make fun of someone for being basic, but it's like The Shining is, I think, maybe the most iconic horror movie of all time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's probably true. I really, really just, I don't know. There's something about it atmospherically that feels so weirdly comforting before it gets all, like, breaks all bad. And I really like that. I also just, I don't know. There's something very fun about, a horror movie that takes place in specifically an old type of luxury hotel like this, because you can really tell that this is one of those hotels where they put personality into every single room. Like everything's different, everything's themed. It's not like your modern hotel, which not that there's anything wrong with a modern hotel, trust me. But
they're all the same.
They're all the same.
You've been to one, you've been to them all, and some lore about your friendly neighborhood horror movie podcast co-hosts. We lived that band life.
Yeah.
We've been to our fair share of hotels.
Yes, we have. And like nice hotels.
Yes.
They put us up, and like I'm not talking like 5 stars, but they put us up in like Omnis and shit.
Yeah.
So
like a Hilton on one of the trips.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was in the basketball band, so I was in a lot of hotel rooms. But.
Yeah, I mean, I did that for a couple of years as well. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, there's just something about like that is so cool because like every room has personality. It's very eclectic. So the sets are kind of ornate for being like taking place in an abandoned hotel,
Right.
And I also got the privilege of last Friday, as we're recording, seeing it for the first time in theaters in IMAX, and that was so fun.
That was so the first time I've seen it in theaters, too, actually, now that I think about it. And I think a big reason why I really liked it this time, whereas I've always liked the movie, but I wasn't as high on it as I feel like other people were. And I think a big reason is, like, I seen it in theaters for the first time. I'm like, oh, it's clicking a bit more.
That's fair. Yeah.
I still fell asleep a little bit. But in my defense, I had a long week.
Can I just be honest, though? I think that's kind of part of it. Like, I don't mean that in, like, if you didn't fall asleep, you're not, like, a real fan or anything. But, like, I think that the point is, like, it kind of lulls you into like, it's a quiet movie for much of it, because even though it's pretty spooky right from the beginning,
right,
a lot of it just kind of takes place in the mundane, like, day-to-day of them living this very, like, repetitive and isolationist life for 5 months. And so I think that is, like, kind of part of it, which I really enjoy.
Yeah. And I thought the remaster they did to blow it up for IMAX screens was they did a really good job.
It was pretty fantastic. I was very pleasantly surprised.
And it still had like that film grain to it, but like you could see like just the pores on the actors' faces.
Yeah.
There's some great close-ups in the movie. seeing the iconic blood coming out of the elevators.
Mm-hmm.
I levitated.
That was wild. It was great in IMAX.
Yeah, I was like, I love the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought it was. I was thrilled to see it. Am I going to bump it up in my Stephen King rankings? I don't think so.
Not at this point, anyway. Yeah, that's fair.
'Cause like last week we talked about Misery, so spoiler alert. I love that movie. That one's high up, but that's not even my top 3 of Stephen King.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which, in case you guys forgot, it's the 3 C's: Christine, Cujo, Carrie.
Yeah.
But then, Misery might be my number 4.
I was gonna say Misery is definitely top 5 Stephen King's for me.
It's high up for me.
Carrie's top 5 for me. Yeah. There's a lot of ones that I still have blind spots though. So
yeah, sure.
I'm
like
open to being.
Me personally, I like Dr. Sleep more than The Shining.
Which I haven't seen.
Yeah, I'm interested to see
how you plays. Me too.
Right.
Because I'm surprised, like, that you would like something that's so much more recent, but I guess I'm not necessarily surprised because it's Mike Flanagan, and you do love you some Mike Flanagan.
They call me a Mike Flanistan, actually.
They do.
Or a Mike fan again.
That's better.
A Flanafan?
A Flanafan? Oh, man.
I like Mike.
That's good too.
But yeah, and then Pet Sematary, we talked about that film a couple months ago, and I love Pet Sematary.
Mm-hmm.
But Stephen King has a bunch of bangers. Like, we didn't even mention Shawshank, Stand By Me, or The Green Mile yet. The non-horror stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I love The Mist. I think The Mist is phenomenal. And then it, like. So I just think there's a lot of good Stephen King adaptations.
Yeah.
And The Shining is really interesting because I think one can make the argument it's not the best adaptation of the novel. No,
there's definitely a lot of differences, which is that is true. Jeremy, I know you didn't see The Shining with us this time around, but do you remember the first time you saw it?
The first time I saw it, I want to say I watched it with my sister. But I cannot for the life of me remember how old I was. I remember it not particularly scaring me all that much, but I think it was really you kind of touched on this with your I've never stayed awake through the whole thing. It's so slow paced, and at the ripe age of probably 8 or 9, I just don't know that I had the attention span to consume that movie appropriately. But yeah,
I do think the iconography of the film, for me at least, is better than the film.
Okay, and that might be fair.
Or the actual viewing of the film, for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Although seeing it in theaters, that maybe
it was very good in theaters. I really enjoyed it.
Maybe that's changing my mind. And then another thing is you said it earlier. The Shining's a very cozy movie, so. When I think of The Shining, it's winter. I'm snowed in. I have all my blinkies. I'm all cozied up. I don't care what movie I put on. I might be heading to Sleepy Towns in that setup. So it might be less about The Shining and more how I choose to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I did have a little dozy time. In the IMAX, oops, I'm sorry. But it was early in the movie, too.
Yeah. So jumping into some historical context for how did this get made, what happened. Obviously, The Shining is based on a Stephen King novel. Stephen King often writes, and we've talked about this before, from like things that have happened in his own, life. Like we talked about it a little bit with Pet Sematary,
right,
and that kind of stuff. And so, The Shining itself was based on Stephen King having a night at Colorado's Stanley Hotel, which is a hotel that looks very remarkably similar. It is on an overlook. It has a little bit more trees surrounding it, but it is pretty much almost exactly like the overlook. And he, while staying there, had a nightmare about his son being chased through its empty corridors. Stephen King also had at this point like talked pretty openly about his battles with alcoholism and reflected that in Jack Torrance's character and kind of the worst parts of himself in that character. So yeah, he really wrote this novel like with that in mind. They spent a night in room 217. And they realized when they got there that they were the only overnight guests because they were pretty late in the season. It was late autumn. And so it was like the staff was getting ready to close for the season. So yeah, he and his wife had dinner in a very empty dining room. They wandered through empty corridors to get back to their hotel room, and yeah, he had this terrible nightmare. So yeah, then he became he wrote that after that vacation, which was in 1974, and then in 1980 obviously it became the basis for a film adaptation by Stanley Kubrick.
Something I want to talk about real quick is this is a film that came out in the 1980 exactly. It's a very 70s movie.
Yes, it is.
And that kind of happened because it was shot in the 79, I'm sure. But it just feels so 70s.
It's wild because every time I watch it, I'm like, this came out in the 70s. And then I'm like, not technically. I mean...
Right. Like, it's close, but...
Right.
And it wasn't like a really big hit when it came out.
No. It also... It came out in May, which is, it just throws me. Like, how? I don't know that anybody would want to see this in May.
You know, sometimes it gets a little, like, what do you do in studios? What do you...
Yeah.
But, you know, back in the day, like 1980, air conditioning wasn't as accessible. So maybe they're like, but movie theaters have it. So it's like, hey, escape the heat and go to the cold. This movie's cold as ice.
Hey! Which brings us to our monthly topic, which is this is Cold as Ice month. Which, I mean, it should be really obvious why. If you've never seen The Shining, Jack Torrance is the winter caretaker of the Overlook Hotel. He takes the job so that he can focus on writing his novel, because he used to be a teacher, and that sucks, as everybody knows, so he decided not to do that anymore.
Fair.
I'm joking. If my boss is listening, I'm joking. But he takes this job as a winter caretaker. The reason they have to close, because he even mentions this, he's like, it seems to me that with all this snow, the skiing and winter sports would be pretty good up here. And they're just like, the amount of money that it would take to keep the road open would be just not feasible.
Right.
And it is this long and winding road, and they get tons of snow. I mean, the whole front of the building at one point is just like a mountain of snow. And so with that, they kind of settle in for the winter. They have this very big snowstorm that lasts about a week, and that's when everything kind of starts to break bad. And yeah, snow and ice is like a very prominent backdrop for the whole thing.
Yeah. And the third act climax, a lot of it takes place in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big part of how do I say, defeating the antagonist.
Yes. But even before then, I think it really helps build some of the characters.
Yeah.
Specifically Jack.
Mm-hmm.
So Jack to me is such an interesting character because I feel like everybody focuses on his like kind of descent into insanity. But he's not a particularly good person to begin with.
Right.
And I feel like that kind of gets overlooked because of the whole, psycho killer aspect, which totally, that makes sense. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But I did want to kind of talk about some things that I noticed this time around. And again, as I always say, none of this is very revolutionary. It is just kind of my own observations as I watch movies more than once, which I rarely do. But he neglects his job.
Mm-hmm.
There are several scenes where we see Wendy trying to figure out how to turn on the boilers like he was asked to do, and make sure that nothing is falling apart, and radio in to make sure that like the phones are working and that kind of stuff. And not only does he do that, but he also neglects his family.
Mm-hmm.
And to top it all off, the reason he's neglecting his family and his actual job is because he's supposed to be novel writing. Now, is he doing that? No. He's throwing balls at a wall.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
And here's the thing, is like, I feel like I definitely should have caught this earlier because that's very obviously like a tongue-in-cheek thing to say when you've been fucking around the whole winter, right? Like, you're not, like, that makes a lot more sense now. I just kind of was like, yeah, it rhymes. That makes sense. That we would do that. It's not a rhyme, but you know what I mean. That's like a saying. So, and his name is Jack, so I get it. He went crazy, haha. But yeah, it's definitely more so that he wasn't working.
You know who was working? Oh, the poor PA who had to hand type all of those pages.
That's true.
Because this was like shoot in 1979.
There's no way that they didn't stick someone on a typewriter for a full day to just do that. Yeah, you're right.
Like, it's so much easier to do it. That. Yeah, it's so much easier to do that nowadays.
Yeah, you got a printer.
Still wasting all the paper, but like still like a lot less work.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh my goodness. And in the shot where Wendy's going through all the pages, they're in different like shapes and patterns, and there's typos.
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick really made some poor PA just type
do
all of them.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't, but I choose to believe.
I don't think he did it himself, Austin. Like,
I believe one guy typed all of them.
I do too. That's what I've chosen to believe now that you've said it.
It's my headcanon, and I'm sticking by it.
I love that. So yeah, I just think that the way that like the snow kind of makes him into that kind of a character is really interesting. I also want to focus on Wendy for a second because Stephen King himself had beef with Wendy as a person in this adaptation, which I find interesting because I think that she's very capable and very good at her job. He said that she was one of the, quote, most misogynistic characters in all of film, which I think is crazy.
I do think Stephen King is also coming from a place where this is a very personal book to him. And he is Jack Torrance in a lot of ways. You said earlier, he wrote all of his dark parts
into one character.
But in the book, there's hope for Jack, you know?
Yeah,
Jack
that's true.
redeems himself a bit, and Jack doesn't start horrible like he does in the movie.
That's fair.
And so...
Well, and yeah, it's definitely a loose adaptation. That being said, I think Wendy is very... I mean, as I've already mentioned, Wendy is taking care of the hotel, basically by herself. She has also kind of saddled herself with being stuck for the next 5 months in this place with a man who treats her terribly.
Yep.
And yet she never lets that affect the way that she raises her son. She and her son are out every day having fun, doing fun things.
And it's only her.
And it's only her. And she has to make sure and care for her son's mental well-being. Right. And she knows going in that he's not the most mentally well. So, yeah, it's just very interesting how people perceive her versus how I think her character actually is.
And I do think, like, coming from Stephen King, he's coming from a place of because, like, it's one of the first adaptations of his work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Carrie was a huge hit, you know. Yeah. Carrie takes swings from the book, but it's a lot more faithful than this one is. Mm-hmm. So I think that has a little bit to do with his perception of the film. And also I can see, like, when this film first came out, audiences just taking Wendy as surface level with the screaming but she's being gaslit the whole time too, you know, she's being abused the whole time. Mm-hmm. But audiences in the 80s on a first watch, maybe they probably just only see like the no Jack, no, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think audiences were different then, and that's part of the reappraisal it's had over the years. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to jump ahead to cultural impact just yet because I want to bring up another topic for Cold as Ice Month. It is quite possible that this film has the best sweaters of the month.
I agree.
Might have the best sweaters in horror.
I think so. I mean, I think Freddy is like as iconic, if not more iconic. Mm-hmm. But as far as the quality
Kruger.
of sweater...
Yeah. Sorry, it took me a second.
Who'd you think I meant, Mercury?
I don't know. I was just saying, yeah. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, Freddy Krueger. He is iconic. You were just
gonna nod away.
I'm a professional.
What if somebody else didn't know and you let me talk? This is crazy. But I agree. I mean, the Apollo 11 sweater alone just carries it. Hot carries it. You get it? Stephen King.
Pet Cemetery.
And we are talking about Freddy Krueger, not Freddie Prinze Jr. from I Know What You Did Last Summer, right?
I mean, I'm sure he has some great sweaters.
I don't know.
You know what?
It's a summer movie.
We're gonna take this. We're gonna take this aside. Well, yeah, but it takes place in like a town, like a seaside town. They always wear sweaters.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a moment to take this aside because I did post this on Facebook the other day about the most iconic sweaters in cinema history.
I did say Freddy Krueger.
Yes.
I commented on the post.
Danny's Apollo 11 sweater is iconic. Chris Evans' sweater in Knives Out has become a new icon.
I think Jack Torrance's sweater, when he has that kind of gray one, when he's doing like this Kubrick stare outside the window. Yeah, you said the Chris Evans one.
I said Colin Firth's Christmas sweater in Bridget Jones's Diary, which is hilarious. Some other commenters said Neil from the Santa Claus has iconic sweaters, which is true.
Which ones?
The stepdad.
Is that Judge Reinhold?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Freddy Krueger, you said.
I did. I had to keep on brand.
The cerulean sweater from The Devil Wears Prada, which is true. If you know, you know.
Such a good movie.
My sister, my lovely sister, said, hello, when Harry met Sally, Harry's cable knit, which is true. Absolutely.
I believe it.
Without a doubt. Yeah. We got to get you on that one, man.
You know what? By the time this episode comes out, I've seen the film. But at the moment of recording, I have not seen When Harry Met Sally.
I was going to say, we're putting that out into the universe, so you have to do it.
I will.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, that was my aside, since you were talking about how great the sweaters are in this movie. Which they really are.
Danny has a bunch of fucking great sweaters.
Such great ones. Do you think Wendy knit them all?
Yes. Because Wendy is a boss.
She really is.
I'm trying to think of more movie sweaters. Oh, Drew Barrymore's sweater in the opening of Scream.
Oh, that's a good sweater.
I feel like cosplayers...
A good standard sweater.
Mm-hmm. I think cosplayers do that one a lot. Wes Craven on the list twice. Let's fucking go.
He knows a good sweater.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Bridges' sweater in The Big Lebowski.
Oh.
It's pretty iconic.
That's such a good movie.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, I literally looked up movie sweaters, and one of the first ones to come up is the Apollo hand-knit sweater, so.
And, yeah.
Movie sweaters. Anyway, if you have thoughts, please leave them in the comments below.
What's your favorite movie sweater?
Tag me on Instagram. I would love to know your thoughts on your favorite sweater, considering this is Cold as Ice month.
Because it's cold as ice.
I wonder if Foreigner wore any sweaters.
No, you know why? They were too hot-blooded.
Hot-blooded? Fuck. Oh, you're right. Anyway, shout out Foreigner.
Jukebox Heroes.
I think you said that last week or 2 weeks ago. Anyway.
Foreigner rules, okay?
I didn't say they didn't. I agree. Foreigner rules. Can we talk about Tony for a second?
Yes, Mrs. Torrance.
Oh, I don't like it. I
don't like it.
I don't like it.
We were just talking about Chris Evans.
It's true. I think it's like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy that this kid. Here's the thing. Here's what I really like about it. Is if like children were to experience supernatural phenomena like psychic abilities, I do genuinely think that the way that they would describe it, they would find unique ways to describe it, because they find unique ways to describe everything, right? Like,
right.
Kids don't understand how things work, so they find their own explanation for it. So having a little boy who lives in my mouth that tells me things, that is so clever. I don't like the voice. I hate it very much, and I wish he would stop doing it.
I thought he did a good job, Mrs. Torrance.
Oh, I mean, like, yeah, he does an excellent job. That's not really the point.
Danny Lloyd, which shout out I think some of the best kid acting in a movie. Mm-hmm. He's like fucking 5. Yeah. So how many voices can he do? My thing is not it's a bad voice. My thing is it's a creepy voice, which is very appropriate for a horror movie. It does a great job. Yeah. I just hate it because it's creepy. I'm sorry, Mrs. Torrance.
I don't like that you keep doing it.
And for everyone listening, I'm doing the finger too. Cause
yeah, he is.
I'm about that lore accuracy life. Mm-hmm. I commit to the whole bit and nothing but the bit.
Yeah. I do think that it's really interesting. The things that are the big plot differences that are different. Again, spoiler alert for both the novel and the movie. That's the word I was looking for. Jeez. And this time, is, I mean, like, the biggest one is the fact that, like you said, Jack kind of redeems himself at the end. He saves Wendy and Danny from a like a defective boiler that is about to
Right.
explode. Whereas in this one, he is for sure antagonist all the way by the end.
Yep.
Kind of completely, missing.
And they have like polar opposite endings. Book ends in fire.
Mm-hmm.
The movie ends in ice.
Yeah.
I have to say something really quick, and then we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
I thought of another iconic movie sweater.
Please.
That gray sweater that Quint wears in Jaws.
Yeah.
With the cool little neck.
You're so right.
That is such a good sweater. And do hoodies count?
Sure.
I love Elliot's red hoodie in E.T.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Whenever I see a red hoodie, I'm like, Elliot. So,
which, if you think about it, E.T.'s voice is just Tony's voice.
A little lower.
Yeah.
Tony, be good.
Gross.
Do you think E.T. could survive
Jack
the
Torrance?
Overlook?
Yes, I do. Some of the film's really iconic scenes are unique to the film, which I think is interesting.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, I was transitioning us back. I should have been more clear.
Well, I'm like...
That's my bad.
A lot of movies, most iconic scenes are unique to those movies. But from the book, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like an ass now.
No, it's okay. You're allowed to think I'm fucking stupid or whatever.
That was so funny. I thought you were saying something completely different. And I'm like, yeah, that's what makes it unique movie. Yeah, unique from the... I'm sorry.
Like, Ghost Girl's not there.
Mm-hmm. Come play with us, Danny.
Forever.
And ever. And ever.
I hate it.
It's a quotable movie.
It is a quotable movie. And all of those are exclusively in the... all of those are exclusively in the film.
Yeah.
Like, Here's Johnny, exclusive to the
I think
film.
that might have been improv.
I think so, too.
Mm-hmm.
The blood in the elevators... film thing only. The all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy all in the movie, which makes the PA thing even worse.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't even like, sorry, somebody's got to do it. It's an essential part of the novel. That was just, I have an idea and some asshole's got to fulfill it.
But you know what? I hope that whoever had to do it had a great time doing it, because at this point, Stanley Kubrick had already done 2001: A Space Odyssey. He had already done Dr. Strangelove. He had already done Spartacus. I'm pretty sure he had already done Barry Lyndon. Mm-hmm. He did Clockwork Orange. So it's like, at least I'm doing this for a legend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably...
I'm hoping. I don't know. Maybe whoever did it fucking hated their guts afterwards.
Yeah. Here's the thing, is even if they did, like, they got to see it in the movie and it was like a prominent part, so maybe that made up for it.
Yeah, and it's like...
And they showed a lot of those pages, so at least you get to be like, you know what, at least they didn't show just like one of the pages.
Right, and it didn't get cut from the movie, because that happens.
Yeah.
And that's an extremely pivotal part of the movie. That's when, like, Jack loses it for realsies. Because he's been flirting with losing it the whole movie. Because he's kind of, like, off-putting from the get-go.
Yeah.
See, it's all right. He watched it on the television.
Jack Nicholson himself is just a really off-putting type of guy, huh?
I don't know the guy.
But I mean, like, just in, like, the way he acts and looks and stuff.
But you know what?
I don't think that's, like, an insulting thing to say. People have said that before.
The 70s and 80s were, like, a better time, because you didn't need to be hot to be a lead actor.
And that's
you just
true.
Needed to be good.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Jack Nicholson is one of the best actors. I mean, is this our first time talking about Jack Nicholson?
I think so.
I guess he hasn't done too many horror movies.
No.
This is like the one.
Well, he was in Little Shop of Horrors, but that was the 60s version.
Yeah, I don't think people are. We did talk about that.
We did, but we didn't talk about him in that.
I think I mentioned it like he was in the OG because he plays essentially what Bill Murray did.
Yeah.
And he was in Wolf.
I was gonna say he was in a lot of like early horror.
The Roger
in the
Corman.
50s. Yeah, the Roger Corman one.
Yeah.
Like Little Shop of Horrors.
The Raven,
like the
I
Raven,
think.
The Terror, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
A couple of Vincent Price films, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when we think of Jack Nicholson, like
we
leading
think of later,
man,
yeah.
Right. The Shining and Wolf, I think, are the horror films.
Yes. Yeah,
but
that's fair.
Yeah, the man has a legendary filmography. Chinatown. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Beautiful film. The Departed, I think, is fantastic.
Batman.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot Batman. I can't believe I almost forgot.
He was the Joker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
But that's your guy.
That's interesting.
The Joker?
No, Tim Burton.
It is the Tim Burton Batman.
I don't really particularly care for Tim Burton that much.
Wait, what?
I don't really particularly care for Tim Burton that much.
Oh, you just like him more than we do.
Yeah. It's a low bar. I mean, like,
that's a very low bar, actually.
It's true. I don't like him either.
I really enjoy Edward
Scissorhands,
but like that's about.
You don't love Batman?
No, I'm saying I don't like Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, I was like, but I fucking love Batman. I thought you were just like, I don't. Fuck Batman.
Who would love that?
I like the other Batmans.
But Michael Keaton.
He's good.
But Jack Nicholson.
He's good.
Here's the thing: is if I'm gonna watch another Batman movie, it's gonna be the one with my actual boy, who is Heath Ledger.
Oh. Rip.
That's a great movie.
I love The Dark Knight.
Okay.
Let's just start talking about The Dark Knight.
Are there any iconic sweaters?
In The Dark Knight.
In The Dark Knight. I'm sure Christian Bale pulls off an iconic sweater.
He wears a turtleneck at one point.
He owns the place.
He owns it, exactly.
I made that joke earlier. I don't remember why. It's like, do you think they'll let us sit together? They should. I own the place.
Okay, so talking about what comes next, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is a really interesting example of like a film that has a lot of symbolism that I don't think people catch very often.
Mm-hmm.
The movie has a lot, like, when we talk about cultural impact for The Shining, it's kind of hard to pinpoint it because it is one of the most iconic movies ever. I mean, like, in terms of just historical, like horror imagery, you know what I mean?
Right.
Here, we've already talked about pretty much all of it. Here's Johnny. REDRUM. The twins.
Come play with us, Danny.
Like, we could do a whole episode just talking about like twin, like creepy twin girls in media.
Right.
Because it's everywhere. I mean,
there are shots that horror movies have been stealing from The Shining since The Shining came out. I think the famous one, like the Shining shot, is character trying to break into a door and is shot from underneath. That one gets used a lot. Kind of following your killer POV, not a POV, but kind of like that. I think that one gets used a lot. There are a lot of great crash zooms, which for those who don't know, a crash zoom is like you'll see it in Tarantino movies a lot, like a very jarring zoom. It brings attention to itself. Very quick. I love them. I think they're great. I've only done them on my shorts once. I need to do them more.
Yeah.
telling me what's up.
You do.
But yeah, I think you know what? A great sweater just popped into my head.
Okay.
Betsy Baker, who plays Linda in the original Evil Dead, is wearing a Michigan State sweater.
True.
Go green.
Go white. But there's so many references to it in other pop culture. I mean, The Simpsons did a whole parody of it, which we won't get too into because for that you'll have to sign up for a future Patreon episode.
For now, I'll just say it's called The Shining. Don't you mean shiny? Shh. Do you want to get sued? I love that line so much.
It's referenced in Poltergeist.
Mm-hmm.
Carol Ann wakes up at 2:37.
Nice.
In the 2013 Carrie,
Mm-hmm.
during the pig slaughter scene, they literally say, "Don't worry, little piggy, Uncle Jack is gonna bash your head right in."
Right the fuck in.
Which is crazy because it's literally like,
Mm-hmm.
it's Stephen King adaptation.
Yep.
Stephen King, yeah.
The Stephen King Ouroboros.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of slasher
The
films.
Office references it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I'm sure Community references it. I'm sure 30 Rock.
If he was listening, he would know what I'm talking about.
Called out, producer Jeremy.
I asked you directly about the Office reference to The Shining.
I'm sure it does. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It's when he takes, like, Dwight, like, pulls back his hair and says, all work and no play makes Michael a adult boy.
Yeah, yep. I mean, that specific line is in a million different pieces of pop culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're referencing The Shining.
Well, right. That's what
Well,
I'm saying,
what
though.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
But that's my point. It's that specific one is everywhere.
Mm-hmm. The underneath shot of a character trying to break through a door, which I referenced earlier. Two specific examples. There are far more, but two specific examples I'm thinking of is they do it in Freaky with Catherine Newton.
Yeah, they do.
And they do it in Sinners with Michael B. Jordan as Stack.
You're right. Oh my God, those are recent.
Mm-hmm.
Another recent one. And this might be a spoiler because it just came out. So keep it in mind. It's probably out of theaters by now by the time of listening. But Zootopia 2, the very last chase sequence, is like literally a Shining parody.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Zootopia 2.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
There's like a hedge maze. It's crazy.
The Shining plays a pivotal plot point in Steven Spielberg's film Ready Player One.
Mm-hmm.
I love Ready Player One, the movie. The book, But Steven Spielberg and Stanley Kubrick were really good friends to the point where Stanley Kubrick was developing a film called AI, Artificial Intelligence, which you might know as a Steven Spielberg film, because it is a Steven Spielberg film, but Stanley Kubrick was originally the one doing it, and Stanley Kubrick sadly passed away while in development, and he wanted Steven Spielberg to take it over, and Spielberg did. Because they were homies. They were good friends.
Yep.
But yeah, the Ready Player One has like 20 minutes dedicated to The Shining. Like, it stops the whole movie and just becomes a Shining tribute for 20 minutes, and it's awesome.
It's no TV and no beer make Homer go crazy. There's that one.
Make Homer go something, something.
Did you know
Go
that?
crazy. Don't mind if I do! Sorry, I had to finish it.
Did you know there's like a lot of The Shining references in Toy Story?
Really?
Yes. Oh my God, there are.
There's like a ton.
I haven't seen
there's
Toy Story in a
Sid's
long
like
time.
carpet. That's probably the most obvious one. They also, I looked it up, so I'm not just like naming this off the dome. But in Toy Story 3, There's like a bunch of number 237s. There is like also probably the most obvious one is Buzz Lightyear is named after Buzz Aldrin, and the reason he's named after Buzz Aldrin is because of Apollo 11, because of the sweater.
Yep.
It all comes back around. We're back at sweaters. Anybody got any more famous sweaters? Okay, I just wanted to check. There's also a bunch in Coco.
Oh,
that's crazy. I haven't seen Toy Story in a long time, but that's wild.
We should watch Toy Story.
Let's.
I've only ever seen the first
Toy
two.
Story month is gonna go crazy.
I've only ever seen the first two.
There are a lot of horror references in the Toy Story movies.
Yeah, we talked about one like last week.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. I keep doing that. Was it 2 weeks ago? What was it?
It's the beginning of the month. The Thing.
Right. Yes, because of the baby.
Full transparency, our recording schedule is a little wonky right now. We're releasing The Shining last week of January, but we're filming it ahead of some of the other stuff because we saw The Shining.
I was going to say, we just saw it in theaters, so it makes sense to us. It probably doesn't make sense to you while listening, but I promise I'm not just like crazy.
Well, not for this reason.
Crazy.
This is kind of crazy, Shining related. We referenced The Simpsons, The Shinning, which is their short in a Treehouse of Horror. The Shinning is in terms of critical acclaim, is the highest rated Treehouse of Horror short.
I believe it because it's my favorite.
It makes sense. It's a good one.
Shh. You want to get sued? I love that.
You got The Shinning. Do you mean The Shining? You want to get sued?
Are you guys ready for some Shinerlatives?
Not yet, because there's one big piece of cultural impact. The Shining has a sequel.
Well, yes. Okay, that's fair.
First, The Shining has a TV adaptation, which Stephen King wrote and produced.
Yes, the 1997 one.
Himself directed by Mick Garris, starring Steven Weber. I have not seen it. I hear great things.
I haven't seen it either. That one does, however, use the Stanley Hotel as its outside for...
Which was the...
Overlook, which is the OG inspiration.
Where, like we said earlier, Stephen King stayed. But Mike Flanagan... Well, first off, Stephen King wrote the book Dr. Sleep, like 20 years after The Shining. And I don't want to say too much, but essentially Dr. Sleep takes place decades after The Shining, and we're following Danny Torrance as our main character. And he has to deal with both his past and new vicious entities that are... Yeah, I don't want to say too much.
I did know Dr. Sleep was a book by Stephen King. I did not know it was related to The Shining.
He wrote it as it's basically a legacy sequel.
Is Danny played by Ewan McGregor in that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Mike Flanagan wrote and directed the movie. Like, he wrote the adaptation and then directed it. And I'm like we were talking about, huge Flana fan. And Ewan McGregor plays Danny Torrance. A lot of... It's so good. And you can tell Mike Flanagan is a huge fan of Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. I'll just put it that way. Like, even though Stephen King doesn't really like Kubrick's Shining, Mike Flanagan does. And... Are we going to talk about it in a future month? Maybe. I don't know. I do know.
I do know, too.
But you don't. You probably have an idea, dear listener.
You've probably figured it out.
Can you imagine if, like, our answer was just, like, no?
Right. But, yeah, we do got to talk about... I mean, it would be crazy to talk about cultural impact and not talk about the
literal sequel.
The literal sequel.
You're right. You make a compelling point.
But yeah, one of the most iconic horror movies ever made. I think it is now time for the Shining latives.
Shining the tips. Okay.
Superlative signs.
Who would you save? There's really only one answer.
My boy, Dick Hallorann. I love him.
Yeah.
He's
I
miss him.
He's the man. He literally like gets a little bad feeling, calls like several times, is like, ah fuck, they're not answering. Gotta go out there, gets a plane, goes all the way back from his nice vacation in Miami to Colorado in the middle of the winter. Then he like is in the airport and calls his buddy and is like, I'm gonna be there by car in 5 hours. I need a snowcat. Gets there 5 hours later in the treacherous weather. Gets in the snowcat. Drives more times. Walks in. Turns a corner. Dead.
Yep.
But provided the way for them to escape.
And he helped Danny kind of like...
Oh, yeah. I mean, he had other important roles. I just mean like in terms of the end.
He was Danny's friend.
He was Danny's friend.
Oh, I miss him. Dick Hallorann.
Yeah.
Also, if you guys ever try to attempt reading the massive behemoth that is It, the novel, there might be a Shining character.
He does that a lot, Stephen King.
It's Dick Hallorann.
Yeah. Is it really?
And I have not watched the show yet. I hear great things about Welcome to Derry.
I've heard very good things about that too.
And I hear that there's a Shining character in it. Any guesses on who it is?
It's Dick Hallorann. Yeah. It's Dick Hallorann.
It's Buzz Aldrin.
It's Buzz Lightyear.
It's Buzz Lightyear.
It's Johnny. But anyways, Dick Hallorann's my answer.
Good. Me too. I don't there's nobody else I would rather save. I'm not saving Jack. So.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you say like I would save Wendy.
That's true. I mean, like I would save Danny and Wendy from being related to that awful, awful man. What was your favorite scare?
Ooh, there's some good ones.
Can I tell you mine?
Yeah.
So I don't know like specifics. I couldn't tell you the specific scene, but we talked about this as we were leaving the movie. In IMAX specifically, the soundscape scared me several times. It was so good.
We'll talk about that a little more in depth though. But yeah, I get it. I feel
that's probably that's the only time I like physically jumped.
I feel like there's a part that made me jump the other night, but I can't remember what it was. I always thought the blood coming out of the elevators was like the sickest shit.
It's pretty crazy.
I think it's so cool.
Especially in that IMAX. Like seeing it come for you was wild.
And it's eerie and with the slow motion and the atonal music. I think that was good. When Dick Hallorann gets axed by Jack, that scare got me. And I knew it was coming. I've seen the movie before, but
it still was crazy for sure.
Yeah. I don't watch this movie all the time, so I wasn't, I don't memorize the timing or anything like that, so I was like, it did get me, so. And also the jump cut to Jack all frozen. I always thought that was pretty creepy.
That's fair. Okay. Tony Todd Award for movie MVP.
I think the answer's obvious. It's that bear who was just slobbing on someone's dog.
No, don't say it like that. Thank you.
Da bear.
Okay.
I love when bears...
Thank you for listening to Would You Die? See you next week, everybody.
That it's so fucking crazy. Like, why is that in the that ain't in the book?
That's certainly, and it doesn't even make sense. It's not. It's nothing.
I personally think, because at this moment, Jack is chasing Danny and Wendy's trapped in the house, and the house is angry and coming alive. So she's just seeing memories of that, just every, she's seeing the blood and the twins and the great party, isn't it? And it's like that bloody guy, and just there was some freaky shit happening in that hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that bear was pulling a Donnie, you know what I'm saying?
Cut that out. It's insane.
Anyways, my other choice for movie MVP is Scatman Crothers playing Dick Hallorann.
That's fair.
And I think you're going to say the obvious answer.
I don't know. Because I'm not going to say Jack Nicholson.
I'm not going to say Jack Nicholson understood the assignment.
He's very, very good.
He's so good.
I'm going to go with Danny Lloyd.
Oh!
Sorry.
Okay. No, I like it. He's so good.
I cannot, like, he was 6 years old.
Yeah.
I think he's phenomenal. I cannot believe that he did not know that he was acting in a horror movie. And he wasn't allowed to see his role until 5 years after production, which makes sense.
That's
you
good. Yeah.
You shouldn't show him that. But, like, oh my goodness. Can you imagine, like, seeing a movie that you were in as a little kid?
Right.
And, like, you remember all of your memories on set and being like, that was so fun.
Yeah, having
that was
fun.
such a good time.
Yeah.
We were all playing, like, serious acting and then finding out later that was a horror movie.
No, not just a horror movie.
Like the
horror movie. Exactly.
Yeah.
I honestly thought you were going to say Shelley Duvall.
I was really close to saying Shelley Duvall, and I love Shelley Duvall.
I purposely did not say Shelley Duvall so you could say Shelley Duvall.
I really love Shelley Duvall. Here's the thing.
I
love Shelley Duvall as, like, a human person.
Yeah.
And I was very sad when she passed last year. Or I guess 2 years ago now. But
I was so sad.
I think she is so great in this movie. Like, I wanted to give Danny a shout out, but I definitely think that, like, she just does such a wonderful job playing this, like, mother who is in love with her husband and just trying to, like, slowly come to terms with, hey, he's not a good person. And that's really heartbreaking to watch. She gives a very heartbreaking performance.
I love Shelley Duvall in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still sticking by my pick of Scatman Crothers, though.
That's fair.
But we already talked about
he's phenomenal.
How Dick Hallorann is the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT. More shining litives.
Yes. So is the score better than Jaws?
No. But it's goddamn effective.
I'm going to say yes.
No.
Yes.
I can't say it is because it's a lot of things. Original is not one of them.
But it's not original in the same way that it's not original in that it literally uses other pieces.
Yeah.
Like, it uses Diaz Irae and Sympathy.
So it's like you could say John Williams ripped off Stravinsky and stuff. No, they just did the Diaz Irae and used Bartok.
That is different. You can use the same music. You can't just be like, I made this completely new score, and then you listen to it and it's just Holst.
You can if you're the GOAT. But
anyway.
But I do think it's extremely effective, and I think it's very influential.
Mm-hmm. It also is really interesting because it is done by two women. It is done by Wendy Carlos and Rachel Elkantori, I believe is how you pronounce their names. Elkind is pretty much only known for this. Like that's kind of it. But Wendy Carlos is very, very, very prolific and did a lot of stuff. I mean, like many different types of music, and composed the soundtrack for A Clockwork Orange by Kubrick and Marooned. And yeah, just did a lot with synth, and that makes the soundscape crazy. Did a lot of like cover albums like classical musicians do, but like of classical music to like synthesizer, which is fun. And yeah, she then composed The Shining, and did the main theme, which is a reinterpretation of Dies Irae from Symphonie Fantastique.
And if you don't know it, you know it.
You definitely know it. Yeah. Listen to it, you'll be like, oh yeah, I know that.
Especially if you're a horror fan.
She did the 80s version of Tron.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Tron film.
I'm sorry. She collaborated with Weird Al to do a parody of Peter and the Wolf, which, if you know, you know. Peter and the Wolf is crazy. Yeah, she's just done a lot. She also, notably, like, not related, but is, in fact, transgender and has been transitioning since 1968.
Oh, wow.
So, like, has pretty much lived her whole professional career as, like, a woman, despite the fact that she was born male. So that's kind of wild because, like, obviously not something you would expect. Not a lot of like openly transgender people in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Right.
When she was kind of in her heyday of doing all of her stuff. So that was cool. Yeah.
Still not better than Jaws.
I think so.
But I do like, especially watching the film so recently in the IMAX, where you really got to listen to it.
Yeah.
It is very aggressive and abrasive. And I think you hear it in a lot of modern scores, its influence. I think it was like decades ahead of its time.
Yes, I agree.
So I think it's a great score. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
It's just so like,
Yeah.
It feels like trudging through snow.
Or death.
Well, okay. Or trudging through snow.
Or trudging through death.
Okay.
It's the death theme.
Is this a fine addition to your collection?
I actually own 2 Blu-ray copies of it.
Really?
Yeah, because I have have it by itself on Blu-ray, like one of my first like earlier Blu-rays from like 2010 or 2011, like a really old copy. And then I have like a Stephen King collection with the Tim Curry It miniseries, Salem's Lot, Cat's Eye, and The Shining. So I have it twice. I don't have a lot of Shining merch because it's not like my favorite. But I'm pretty sure I have a Jack Torrance Funko Pop somewhere. And I have on my pink Fender Stratocaster, I have a guitar strap, which is the carpet pattern from The Shining.
Sick. That is very cool.
It's like one of my favorite things I have. Not the Stratocaster, the guitar strap.
The guitar strap.
No, I love my strap.
I was gonna say, shit.
Her name's Christine.
That makes sense. That's appropriate.
She's my pink lady.
It's good. I would love to own this movie. I do not, but as I said, it's my top 5, maybe top 3, honestly.
We own the book.
We do own the book. Haven't read it yet. I'm planning on reading it in January. That's kind of my goal. So
I own the book because someone who is a great person gave me a Christmas present a few years ago, and it was a 3-book collection of Carrie, The Shining, and Salem's Lot.
I wonder who that could have been.
I'll give you a hint. Her name rhymes with
Nothing.
Anneliese Schmieder's Schmark.
Well, she sounds great. Will you get out your Letterboxd review for me, please?
Yep. I'm thinking about my Letterboxd review.
Is it that good?
No, you're gonna fucking hate it.
Oh, that's mean. Okay. I gave this 5 stars and a heart.
Ooh.
And I said, I know I'm built different because if I was getting paid to hang around a giant, beautiful hotel to get through my seasonal depression, I would simply not go crazy.
I love it.
Jeremy didn't watch it, so everybody boo.
Boo.
I'm sorry. I don't even know what I would give this movie heart in Star Wars because I spent so long. But I give the premise 5 stars.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Austin hates this movie.
Did you read my review already?
No, but I know you gave it 4 stars.
Yeah, I gave it 4 stars and a heart, which I bumped it up. It was 3.5 for a while.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I bumped it up to 4. That's the theatrical difference, homies.
Never let them tell you theater is dead.
Exactly. Not while I'm around. Not while I'm around. That was a very horrible Sweeney Todd. Anyways.
That's what I said when I watched the movie.
Oh. My review is, hey, what that bear doing?
As a great poet once said, schlob on me knob. Sorry, I take it back. Sorry. Continue.
Bear down on that knob.
No, not bear down.
Finish your review. You're not even done.
And then I said, seeing one of the most iconic horror films on the IMAX was a phenomenal experience. I never realized how abrasive and aggressive that soundscape is. And then I said, Shelley Duvall, and I put a heart emoji.
I thought you were about to say, I can't believe I got to see one of the most iconic bears on IMAX.
Oh my god. Be right back. I'm editing my review.
It's Jack Nicholson. Oh, man. Okay, there are no Supernatural alumni in this one. Shocker, they're kind of far apart.
Not the bear, even?
Not the bear either.
Not even the bear.
Can I be really honest? Can I step outside the bit for a second?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what our special edition superlative is for this one, and we didn't write it down.
I do.
Jeremy, I remember as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's good.
Who would you build a snowman with?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
And we all said Kurt Russell for the thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, who would we all build snowmen with?
Ooh, there's only one obvious answer. So on the count for 3 to 1. 3, 2, 1. The bear.
Shelley Duvall. I knew you were going to say the bear. I was not letting you get away with it. The answer is Shelley Duvall. I would build a snowman with Shelley Duvall.
I'm going to say Dick Hallorann.
That's good.
If the bear's disqualified, I you know what? I will say Danny Lloyd.
That's a good one.
Or Danny Torrance. I mean, Danny Lloyd. I'm sure he's a cool person. But Tony.
He wouldn't be very helpful. He would just do this.
Yeah.
With his little finger body.
For
those of you playing at home, I was doing the finger thing from The Shining.
I can't help with the snowman, Mrs. Torrance.
Stop. All right.
Frosty the Snowman.
We're not doing the whole thing.
But I think, you know what? Danny Torrance has lived a hard life. He's 6.
He is.
And went through some fucked up shit.
He's not doing good.
Do you want to build a snowman? I would build a snowman with him.
That's how you know. Two different characters. 'Cause she was all like knocking on the door, and he was all like breaking through the door. It's just two very different movies.
You know who might love playing...
Hot take, Frozen and The Shining are very different films.
Okay, Bear.
And that's what you can expect now that we've given Jeremy a microphone.
Hey, it's been a while.
We're going to take it back.
Damn it.
All right.
You know who might be fun to build a snowman with? The Grady twins.
If you let them play with you forever and ever.
You know what game they'd love? Monopoly. Because that game takes forever and ever.
They're like, anyway, let's play some Risk.
So.
Austin, would you die?
No.
Why?
I can't do this. I can't do this.
Hey, what that bear do cannot be your answer for why you wouldn't die.
I just think the bear would recognize me as a friend.
As a friend or as a friend?
A bear with benefits. What can I say except you're welcome?
BWB.
What was that from? Why are we doing that? That's a summer movie. So anyway, if you were wondering, I would not die because, as I mentioned before, if I were the caretaker of this place, I would simply not go crazy. And if I were not the caretaker of this place, I would not pull a Dick Hallorann and go save those people. They are on their own.
Yeah, I would stay in Miami.
Yep, correct.
I would not die simply because I'm not taking that job.
No.
That job sucks.
Oh, that job sounds awesome to me. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, maybe this is more of The Simpsons, but no TV and no beer make Austin go something.
Go crazy?
But
don't mind if I do.
But you could just bring beer and they have TV.
Yeah, I guess.
They watch TV in it.
And it'll be easier now because, like, streaming.
You can literally just bring all your movies with you.
I guess. I got a lot of movies, Lisa.
I know.
All of them?
Well, okay, like a suitcase full.
Okay, because, like, all of them, that's, like, a fucking... Like,
there's a couple trips.
U-Haul.
Austin, where can the people find you?
I can't.
Wearing a cozy sweater. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of something bear related.
I mean, you definitely could have.
This is a PG podcast.
No, it's not.
This is a BG.
No.
Parental guidance suggested.
All right, I'm going to start over.
Where can the people find me?
Okay, other than wearing a cozy sweater with the bear, where can the people find you?
You can find me on all the socials at Austin M. Torres. I am primarily on the Instas, though I've been rocking with Threads a little bit lately. I'm also on the Blue Sky. You can find the show's social media at Would You Die Show, and subscribe to us on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. We have all the podcast episodes there. My short films like Ice Cream, Cold as Ice, Spider and the Blood Witch. And, of course, we have our Patreon, which we had earlier this month, a new episode of the Godzilla Project, which I'm very proud of that. We have our weekly sports recap, which has just kind of evolved to have, like, music and just life convos. And, yeah, we're working really hard on the Patreon. We got bonus episodes, only $3 a month. If you like what we do, give us money. If you don't like what we do, give us double the money.
If you don't like what we do, pay us more and we'll stop.
For $100, we will stop.
$100 a month.
It only takes $100 for us to give up on our dreams.
$100 a month each. There, I got us.
There you go.
So, where can the people find you?
The people can find me in room 217, not 237, the OG. And you can also find me at Whimsawillow on Instagram and, unfortunately, Twitter. And that's about it for now these days. Jeremy, where can the people find you?
You can find me watching The Shining, because now I kind of want to. And you can find me at Annually Funny on most platforms.
Jeremy's just like, so what is the bear doing?
I don't remember the bear, I'm going to be honest.
You will.
Bruh.
I think it's a dog also, but that's
It's a dog and a bear?
unrelated. Huge thank yous to our producer, Jeremy Lippitt.
No problem.
Thank you to our theme music's composer, Josie Palmer. You can check out her music on Spotify and Apple Music and anywhere that music is sold. A big thank you also for our graphics displayed on our social media, which are done by Alec Gibson at Crosshook Creative. You can check out more of his work at weheartcrosshook.com and alecgibsondesign.com. Austin, do you have a hint for next episode?
Next month.
Yeah.
Because it is February, my dudes.
Right. I'm looking forward to this one.
I mean, we've been dropping hints all episode. We're about to bear... No, I wish. I want to do a bear month so bad, but Lisa won't let me.
That's literally not true.
Lisa won't let me. But we got a banger of a month coming up. I hope you lovebirds are lovebirding, because I feel like I gave it away. It's all like, well, they're modern movies with a bit of romance, but they're all horror. And next week's is...
That's it. Yep, that's the month. You did it.
And next week's film is a little gem from 2024, which indie movie starring one of my favorite horror final girls of the moment. I'm excited for it.
Here's the thing. I think like he said, these are modern movies. If you are looking for a place to start, which obviously you wouldn't be listening to the end of this episode if you were, but if you know somebody who's looking for a place to start in horror, next month might be a good one to do a watch along with them, with us, because all of our movies are very recent. They're pretty up to date and fun. So they're not too deep, dark, scary.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a way to get your friends into horror, first of all, introduce them to our podcast, please, and thank you. But also, next month might be a good month to start with.
I co-signed that.
Cool.
So until then, I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
Try not to die.